No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to Smack It Raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the number one wrestling podcast on places where you can find people having sex on the internet, the Smackin It Raw podcast. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, and I am here with my co-hosts this evening. She's host of the She Lead Showcase, Inside the Mind of In the Crowd, Getting Off, and Storytime with Ms. Katie Kinsey Bay.
What up?
He is the Sultan of Spitter Swallow, Daddy Delgado, my friend Vince.
I should really do something with Spitter Swallow again, shouldn't I?
It is a thing that we have that exists that you just
Wow.
I apologize in advance. You abandoned it like Katie's fought there abandoned her.
We are 2 seconds into the fucking episode.
I apologized ahead of time.
That doesn't make it any better.
That's your one for this episode.
That's my one for this episode. I don't think
Everybody
we have
gets one.
any dad stuff to talk about. Oh, well, Christian, but yeah.
Not really.
Anyway, he's also the Pornhub Poppy for now. What?
Permanently. What are you talking about?
For now.
Permanently. This ain't up for discussion.
Katie, how are you? You have a good day?
Yeah. Went shopping. Did a video. Started editing video. That'll be out tomorrow. So fun.
Nice.
Vince? You?
Long day, but got the tux. I mean the suit fitted. Everything's good to go for the wedding day in 2 weeks. So all in all, productive day. Got an air purifier to help with my sinuses. I can't speak today, apparently. But productive day. Check some things off the list, you know?
Nice.
Matt,
I was prep. Oh, yeah, me? Oh, me? Okay. No, we went to Easter brunch. My sister took Zoe out to the zoo with her and her husband, so I got a little break. Had a very nice afternoon and played some Final Fantasy.
Nice.
Very nice afternoon. And then we watched some Outlander. Then I came down and started prepping for horror trivia, which was dope. I'm excited about that. Got 2 categories kind of squared away.
Nice.
And we'll go from there. I got to meet up with Vince, or not Vince, Will. The white Vince, Will, and figure things out for a spinner and stuff like that. But it's going to be a good time. I was also prepping stuff for twitch.tv/Creatia World, where if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you have Prime Gaming. If you have Prime Gaming, you link it to your Twitch account. You get a free sub every single month that costs you nothing. You should give it to me. You should sub to me. Be my sub. Let me be your dom. If not me, obviously the She Lead Showcase.
Other way. There you go.
Listen, I moved my whole setup around. Like I had a monitor here. It's here now. My mic used to be here. It's here now. I'm all fucked up. So you'll have to. I got really
This
good.
room is mirrored.
And then I fucked it up.
Yeah, you know how when you mirror your screen, Matt did it in real time with.
I mirrored everything.
Yeah.
But twitch.tv/Creatia World. If you don't give it to me, give it to the She Lead Showcase. Give it to Botch Spots and Chair Shots. Rivet City Radio, Off the Top Media, everything under the Rivet City Radio banner, or any of your favorite Twitch streamers. Help support them so they can continue to create the content that you enjoy, whether it's wrestling or horror or nerd news or drug use well, giving nerd news or maybe porn, anything that they might be into that you might be into, women centric content, circled around wrestling or maybe music, or like if you want to go to patreon.com/Sheely Showcase and spend $3 to find out if I fucked a ghost, like any of that stuff.
I'm sorry, what?
Support people on Twitch. And if you don't like Twitch, you can go to youtube.com/Creatia World, where it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. Katie, what does that do?
Boost the algorithm and help find new listeners.
That is copyrighted by Will Gray, by the way. And why is that important to me, Katie?
Oh, it's because you're a whore.
For your likes, for your views, for your comments, for your listens, for your entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. If it's not proof enough, I was topless on the Sheely Showcase this past week. The entire show for your entertainment, and it's booming in views because apparently people want to see Matt's tits. So go check all of that stuff out. Go to youtube.com, check us out as well, and while you're there, share us with your friends, your family, your loved ones, even the people you don't like. Travis insists that you share us with people you don't like, because just because you don't like them doesn't mean they won't like us. And the more people that like us, the more content we can produce and the more stuff we do for you. And I already do a lot for you. There's pretty much nothing I won't do for you. So, with all of that said, while I'm doing things for you, flick that bean, hit that notification bell, get notified every time we go live every Friday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern for the Creatia Conversation. Every other Saturday, currently 11 p.m. Central, midnight Eastern for Smackin It Raw. And every other Sunday, also 11 p.m. Central, midnight Eastern for Getting Off, including next Sunday, not tomorrow, but the one after, where we are doing horror trivia on Getting Off. And it looks like so far we have Katie, Tommy, Reek, and maybe Justin coming through to participate in some horror trivia. It's going to be a good time. So make sure you mark your calendars and tune in for that. Vince, you've been looking I want to say something this entire time I've been going. What do you got on your mind?
No, it just sounded like you did your best Excalibur bit and then just like decided to run through like a ton of shit. And it's just like, you good? It sounds like you were really pressed on time there with that little intro.
I do that every time.
I know, but this time, this week especially, it just felt like you were like rattling them off, like you had like a time to beat or something.
I didn't have a time to beat. I just had to make sure I got it right, spot on, and motherfucking perfect, and I did.
I get that. I mean, it's not easy to do stuff like and gotta hit all the points, No, but before you went on your little thing, I was gonna be like, I started working on both of your characters in 2K. I kind of like have like a base model of where I'm going with it. Matt is just essentially going to be like a mixture of like Kevin Owens and Stone Cold. And then I'm going to give you like a horror gimmick, alter ego, kind of like the Fiend and the Demon. And then you're going to have the Rack as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to make the Rack. It's just going to be your regular character in the Rack glasses and like tidy whities or something. Like, I'll figure that out.
He prefers teal briefs and a feather boa. Preferably purple.
Okay. Katie, I just kind of was like, I'll just make Katie be like if Lita joined Undisputed Era. That's just like Lita, like Undisputed Era, like fusion dance, like type
also,
of thing.
I don't know if it's a thing in this game or not, but if it is, make the Rack as oily as possible.
Okay.
He needs to shine when he comes out. Hairless and very oily.
Is it like that dude? Is it like that dude in Michael Nakazawa from AEW where he would always have the baby oil?
More like Big Dick Johnson when he was with DX.
Oh.
I don't think Big Dick Johnson was ever a member of DX officially.
In his mind, he was.
He was.
Anyways, we sidetracked a little too much.
That's okay. People want to know about 2K. I know Mo from the Wrestling Bros podcast over there with Bakley. He also made me in 2K and made me a Bray Wyatt-esque character. So
nice.
Look at you guys going out there, showing me some love, putting me out there on 2K. I appreciate.
We like playing with you, and that's why we make you.
Does? Broadcast is here. Who doesn't want to play with me? Katie, news and rumors.
I have a few.
Nice.
A few, if you will. Speaking of Bray Wyatt, since he's been mentioned 3 times already, April 1st, the Bray Wyatt documentary. Yeah, how can you forget to put him on, Matt? Come on.
I had like the whole like see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil thing going on over here in my little setup, and I forgot to move them down.
That's okay. It's fair. Documentary on Peacock, April 1st of Bray Wyatt, narrated by The Undertaker, which I forgot to say on She Elite. I don't know if I did.
Is it narrated by The Undertaker?
That's what it said, yeah.
I thought it was going to be Bo Dallas because he was all over that trailer.
From what I was reading, it said Undertaker, but I would not be opposed to either one.
Is Bo Dallas going to get repackaged as The Undertaker? And it's kind of like an in-between?
Anna Jay, Sky Blue, Gigi Dolan, Shotzi Blackheart included. Nothing can get me harder than The Undertaker narrating a Bray Wyatt documentary.
Ditto.
On brand. On brand. That's all I got.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to cry, you can cry April 1st. I will cry April 3rd when I can watch it by myself and I'm alone. So it'll be good. It'll be very heartbreaking, very touching. If you loved Bray, you will love the documentary because they always do really good with their documentaries. Matt and I were talking about it on She Elite when they were on the network. Yeah. They were top tier.
Yeah. A1. Would it be at all be disrespectful to Bray or my soon-to-be wife if I choose to watch the documentary after we consummate the marriage?
I think in honor of Bray, you should watch a documentary while consummating your marriage.
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure if Melissa would go for it.
What?
Once she's married you don't have to worry about that anymore. She's already, once everything is signed, documents are done, the kiss is done, you can stop worrying about all that shit. You just start putting on wrestling documentaries in the back while you're pounding away.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. I mean, you have the expertise here. I usually lean towards you and Justin since you've
already won. She already said yes, Vince. Now it's time to just be you and let the real you out. That's what Kate did to me. She tricked me. I said yes, and then the real her came out. Now I'm stuck.
What's that supposed to mean?
I love her.
Because you're in too deep, as the song goes.
I was earlier. Katie, news and rumors. What else you got?
I'm telling her you said this. I'm telling on you.
She knows the first part.
You're stupid. We're getting baseball MLB legacy titles. Yippee, woohoo. And I don't give a shit. The Pirates suck, so I'm not going to get one.
I was going to say, who's your favorite baseball? You asked me my favorite baseball team. Who's your favorite baseball team?
Well, I mean...
Southside.
It is the Pittsburgh Pirates just because I bleed black and gold because, but the Pirates are absolutely terrible. And I haven't been to a game in a while. That is my goal. I will go to a baseball game this year. But yeah, I'm not going to drop all that money. If I'm going to drop all that money, I'm going to get like a replica title of something that I actually want.
Nice.
Fair.
Get that spinner title from John Cena. Get the replica.
Listen, I have a little bit extra funds. It's going to be very hard not to
Katie,
touch funds.
Come on. We know you're loaded. You're loaded.
No.
Katie Fat Stacks is a thing. Come on.
Shut the fuck up. Let me say this. Part of me wants to get a belt while I'm in Philly, but I want my next tattoo, so I'm saving the money for my tattoo over.
What's going to be your next tattoo then?
I'm going to get an old school microphone right here to kind of help start all of this.
Nice. It's always good to get that first big piece to start the sleeve.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what the rose is.
Nice.
I kind of want to get belted in Philly too.
Are you going to be in Philly to be belted?
Eventually, we go somewhere new-ish every year. I mean, we've been to Tennessee, but now we're going to Memphis. We went to Nashville last time, so that's still kind of new.
Well,
we've been to Florida, we've been to Texas, we've been to St. Louis, we've been all over the place.
Well, let me know when you're going to be in Philly. I'll try to make it, and I can belt you in Philly.
You're not the person I want to belt me in Philly. Sorry to break it to you.
It's okay. I'll do it anyway, whether you want to or not.
I will feed you my cheesesteak, though.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Trust me, you'll be all right.
Anyways, any more reviews or
Non-dairy
rumors?
cheese.
You guys are dumb.
We're terrible. But I'm
Oh,
in a mood.
the
I'm in a
absolute
really good mood,
worst.
so it's gonna be one
Why
of those
Katie
episodes.
chooses to jump on this show every Saturday evening still baffles me. But
Because she's loyal, and
yeah.
because as much as she expresses disgust and annoyance and everything we say, deep down it makes her giggle and she enjoys it.
Well, I am a Hufflepuff, so I'm loyal as fuck.
Same
I'll
Z's.
never leave. I will never leave. Next in my news and rumors, Maurice is tumor free. She had surgery 2 weeks ago, I believe. Took everything out, all of the parts needed out, and they checked, I think, like up into like kind of near her diaphragm to make sure nothing spread. Nothing spread. She is good. It was very rare that she had this. It's like one, and I think she said like just like a million women or something have it. The number was extremely high, so it was very rare. But she's good. She's tumor free. She's recovering. That's all that matters. Because that was scary shit.
Yeah.
And like she talked all about it in an Instagram post, much better than I am. So you can read that if you want to hear exactly what happened and all of that stuff. And then, Becky announced on, well, I guess after Monday Night Raw, that she is officially an American citizen, passed her citizenship test, gave a copy of her book to some 9-year-old in the crowd whose birthday it was or something. I don't know. Yeah, so the Irish last kicker is now an Irish American.
Which I'm still confused by, because we talked about this on the Sheely Showcase
Still
a little
don't
bit.
know.
I was under the impression that when you married an American citizen like Seth Rollins, that you became an American citizen. That's how that worked.
You got to file for your citizenship.
Well, yeah, but I didn't think you had to go take the test and shit. I thought you just filed for it, and then they come and they do like some interviews, and they're like, "Is this a real thing? Can you prove it? Can we videotape it? Stuff like that." And then once you like prove you guys are together and it's a real thing, and they question you, they're like, "Okay," and then they check off some boxes and hand you your shit.
Maybe it's on a person, but it might be on like case by case basis depending on the situation.
I mean, here's the thing though, because I'm fucking American, I don't know. Like, I just know what I hear.
Americans, yes, I know.
On a regular basis, including today. I'm
telling.
I'm just saying, like, because I don't have to go through it, I don't know. It's just like that's the rumor you always hear is like, oh, if you marry a citizen, then you get your citizenship and you don't have to worry about the shit, right? Like,
I'm Canadian. I don't know how you Americans handle things.
You're not Canadian yet.
I'm Canadian now. I'm Canadian. I've been accepted by the Wallet Media boys. I'm Canadian now.
Doesn't matter. That's not how that works.
Shout out to my fellow Toronto Ontarians on Dynamite. Hey, what's up? It's the homie Jess.
Last I checked, neither Kyle Joseph. I said Joseph. I meant Kyle Joseph. Or Ryland, who's, by the way, shout out to Ryland. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Ryland.
Oh, happy birthday.
Our prime minister or have any sort of authority in actually making you Canadian.
I'm almost 100% sure all I needed is a blessing from a citizen and I'm good to go in Canada.
That's quite literally not how that works.
That's what I heard through the
I heard it's harder to get your Canadian citizenship than it is your American citizenship.
I don't know about that.
Good luck moving to Canada, bitch.
I don't know about that.
I mean, we do know about cold winters, so I guess you'll be okay.
I'll be fine. It's not like I'm going to get a new tanner.
Katie, what else you got?
Last thing, Bill Goldberg, you dumb, bald-headed bitch. You misogynistic, sexist asshole. Just because a little bit of racism sprinkled in there too, because he was on some podcast. Who knows? Who fucking cares? Talking about how some lady wrestler didn't even say her name at first because he's disrespectful. He's talking about Asuka beating his undefeated streak / record, which, duh, she actually wrestled like real matches, not hit 2 moves and went away.
Facts.
Like, he like mispronounced her name and just said all of this shit. I need Bret Hart to write a strongly worded tweet. You know what? No. Give me a video of Bret just shitting on this man. I am Team Bret Hart because Bill Goldberg ain't shit.
So, as an authority on the subject, when I purposefully mispronounce New Japan wrestlers' names, it's in jest, it's for a joke, it's for a bit, it's for the show. Completely different than, I've got to believe Bill knows Asuka's fucking name because he was in the company with her at the time. So him purposefully pronouncing her name wrong while going on a rant about how upset he is that she, a woman, ended his, not ended, but surpassed his undefeated streak in length, by the way. Length of time, which is not what Goldberg's undefeated streak was known for. It was never like Goldberg was undefeated for 7. No, it was like you had 150 some wins, which were all inflated and bullshit anyway. And I've been going through and talking about that. Every time they give us a new number, they're on some bullshit. Neither here nor there. Your bullshit ass undefeated streak was about the number of people you beat, not the length you were undefeated. 1. 2, you know her fucking name. And then he also said some shit about, like, they're using 50% of my moves. Well, you only have 2 moves. It's not that fucking hard. And everyone does the spear better than you, bitch.
Yep. Bitch.
Yeah. Facts.
God, I hate that man so
Old
fucking
bitter
much.
assholes.
I want to share something, but I want to share it without exposing my DMs.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
You could just read it to us.
No, I can't express this properly, and I can't download this video to express my feelings. So I'm just gonna share this. Nobody look at my DMs.
Everybody look at his DMs.
Ooh.
Oh. It's this.
Cafeteria sports book.
You stupid, bald-headed motherfucker. You. I'm so proud of myself.
I couldn't have said that better myself.
Y'all started a cafeteria sports chat. Don't get me wrong. I'm not mad. I appreciate that y'all took that bullshit somewhere else, so I didn't have to deal with it. I really am.
That's why I didn't want to expose anything. But Jalen's like, I don't want to bombard the chat with basketball talk, so I just put this here and added everyone that likes sports, which is basically everyone that is in YouTube. So
shout out to Jalen. Thank you, Jalen, for not making me deal with a bunch of sports. I was thinking the cafeteria was lacking a bunch of sports shit lately, and it was kind of nice. Because I don't.
Now we know why.
Now you know why.
Now you know why. I'm cool with that. I mean, like, we can't be mad. We've got our little side group for getting offed. For the horror fans, the Core 4, the hosts.
Yeah, it's like a good wrestling faction. Like the Ministry of Darkness had its main group, but had its subsection of the Brood.
Had the side chicks, if you will.
I like to call it subsection.
I mean, they did have long blonde hair and they wore puffy sailor vampire shirts. So,
the Brood.
You're not trying to help out my analogy here.
So side chicks, got it.
Anyway, let's move on.
All right, Vince, would you like to kick us off? Spit or swallow?
I'm just gonna do a softball here. I'm gonna swallow that little CM Punk promo that we got on Raw, where he's like I'm gonna be at Philly. Like, you can't have WrestleMania in Philly without Phil and all this other stuff. So I liked it. We're gonna get Punk. Obviously, they're doing this little hype thing because he's gonna be in Chicago on Monday. I hope to God I can be there. We will see if tickets are available the day of the hour beforehand. But I like what they're doing. I like that we're still gonna get more CM Punk on Raw. We got CM Punk a little bit here. it's nice to know that he's not going to be just like forgotten about in the build up to WrestleMania. He's more of an hors d'oeuvre or an appetizer, a side dish. He's the nice piece of bread that you get before you get your meals, or the chips with salsa when you go to a taqueria. You know, you're getting a little bit of fill before you get WrestleMania. So I like that.
These
so
Cheddar Bay biscuits. Listen, he's fucking delicious. You said it yourself. You can't spell Philadelphia without Phil. You can't spell WrestleMania without EST. And I don't know what you mean forgotten about, because Drew McIntyre has made sure we did not fucking forget about Phil this entire time. He will not let us forget about Phil. Ain't fucking happening.
Oh, did y'all see the bro, like fucking Drew, when like he quote tweeted Roman like bitching about CM Punk, and then he just like does like the Bloods and the Crips like when they have their flags tied together in solidarity.
Drew's on some shit.
Drew's turned me around so much, because everyone's like, oh, you know, Drew's gonna be the plan, and I wasn't really feeling it. But player hater Drew, DM Hunk, I'm liking this version. But yeah, I'm swallowing CM Punk. Quick softball for y'all.
Well, let's go there, because I'm swallowing the Seth and Drew promo from Monday night. Drew coming out doing his usual shit, but getting exposed, showing that, you know, he's as hungry for the spotlight as he claims Seth is, which obviously we all kind of knew. That's why he wanted this spot at WrestleMania. He wants his title back. He wants to make sure that all eyes are on him when he defeats Seth and nobody gets in the way. And Seth basically just reminding Drew, to this day, Drew has not been able to beat Seth Rollins. So that's why you're not important to me. You haven't proven to me that you can beat me. Why am I worried about you?
I mean, he was spitting. He was he's, as a famous man once said, tell him when he's telling lies. Seth did not tell a single lie.
Katie, spit or swallow?
I'm going to swallow. I talked about it on Chile. DIY versus the Creeds. Bro, tag team fucking wrestling. No,
I'm sorry,
no.
what?
No. Why would I spit that?
The results, because I thought you'd be pro Creeds.
I'm pro both teams. Like, I knew one of them. It's one of those things where like someone has to lose.
Yeah,
unfortunately, that's the case. The Creeds would have killed it in that match, but DIY will also kill it in the match. Like, it's a win-win situation. Julius Creed is a different breed of a human being, and I don't know what he is taking, what he is eating, but give it to everyone on the roster, because holy shit, Mans can go. He's strong as hell, athletic, quick. DIY is DIY things, and Brutus is Brutus balling everywhere. It was so fun. It was like, wow, I love tag team wrestling again. This is crazy.
Yeah.
This match brought it back. It's been a while since I saw like a really, really good tag match, and it was this.
The New Catch Republic, or whatever the fuck Peter Dunne and Tyler Bate are called, versus Judgment Day in Elimination Chamber, was also a tag match where I felt like, man, this feels like NXT TakeOver tag match levels, like, because it was that good. Like, and yeah, no, it was a really good match too. Like, Julius Creed is like on Perk Angle levels without having to be on Percocets. Like, that's how crazy this man is. If he is on Percocets, don't pass it to the rest of the roster, please. That's all I gotta say.
It was a good match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I agree. It was good.
I could appreciate good matches.
I thought you were going to say more. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, you said everything there was to say between the two of you. You talked about the beauty of Julius and the match, and Vince brought up drugs. So, like, what more is there to say? What more can I add at this point?
Nothing, apparently. And that's okay.
Clearly. Vince,
Yes.
spit or swallow?
Just because it's right above the CM Punk one, I'm gonna swallow Evil Candace. Like it's leading to like a conflicted and confused Indy Hartwell, and I kind of like it. It's the most interesting thing they've done with Candice LeRae since they first turned her heel back in NXT, and
It's
they
the
first
most
started the whole Way
entertaining thing
family.
they've done with Candice LeRae.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, they're actually giving her something interesting. Ever since last week, she went up to Maxine Dupree, and it's like it's a good thing your dead brother isn't here to see how much how much you disappoint him or whatever the fuck she said verbatim. You know, I don't have the actual quote with me, but man,
You
she's
should.
mean, she's ruthless, and I fucking love it.
When
It's just
after
something
Katana
about a
Chance's knee,
say what?
when after Katana Chance's knee tried to injure her.
What? Like she got injured and she went straight into that submission, and it was a good, clean like finish too. Because Katana Chance just went like tapped out real quick, selling the severity of the knee injury. I'm all about it. I thought it was a really cool finish. I liked it. Indy continues to be conflicted and puzzled, which is going to give both of their characters motivation going into WrestleMania and hopefully coming after WrestleMania. So this is a good thing because Candice LeRae is probably one of the best wrestlers on the roster on the planet, period. But she just needs character and the motivation and the story. And that's what it seems like they're giving her. And I'm all for it.
And she's delusional.
Which is always the best kind of heels. Look at Seth when he was first doing his Messiah thing.
No,
Out here ripping eyes out of eye sockets and whatnot.
Ew.
You know, stuff like that. Very Messiah things.
I agree. I love Evil Pixie actually getting evil. Katie kind of gave me a look. Listen, Candice LeRae in NXT teaming with Indy Hartwell was if we're being honest, she was the least interesting part of the Way.
Fair.
If we're being honest, she was the least interesting. Johnny did Johnny shit. We had my boy Dexter, who is MIA right the fuck now, and Indy and the wedding. Even
What
Austin
happened to
Theory
that boy?
was, being stupid Austin, and that was more entertaining than. I mean, she just kind of played mom, but like she was just around.
Yeah.
And then the one thing that I like that she did, everyone else fucking hated because they were like, how are you just not going to go out there and protect your man when he's getting his ass beat in front of you on the front lawn and you just left your kid, you put your kid down. Yeah.
Me?
So, like,
what the fuck?
I couldn't even enjoy that. So
listen, if I'm getting my ass whooped in the front lawn and Melissa's just there holding our baby child, I might throw our baby child at that man. Save my fucking life.
Throw our baby child at that man.
Listen,
I pray to God you never reproduce.
It's a joke. It's a joke, ladies and gentlemen.
It's on the internet forever.
Okay, Snitsky, calm the fuck down.
I was about to make a Snitsky reference and you beat me to it. Goddamn
it's not my fault.
Chill.
Dude, I was watching. I think it was WrestleMania 21, and I saw, or maybe it was 22. I can't remember what year it was that King Booker faced Boogeyman, and King Booker is walking down the hallway and he sees Gene Snitsky just licking all over Mae Young's feet and toes, and I'm like,
I remember that.
I'm like, bro, what the fuck did I just walk into?
Tony Atlas was really jealous.
That's what I thought too. I'm like, bro, why didn't they get Tony Atlas for this? He would have been thriving. Anyways, I digress.
All right. I'm swallowing Little Dick Syndrome.
Okay.
It is the title of the latest episode of She Leads Showcase. It is also part of Cody's promo he cut on Raw. So basically told us The Rock's an asshole. No surprise there. That we don't really need PR because the house is packed tonight and it's going to be packed at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. Cody respects moms, unlike The Rock, but Cody's mom ain't scared of The Rock and she'll put hands on The Rock. And then he says, is The Rock sure he can still go? He could be a little rusty. It's been a while since his last match. Will he be the hero Cody remembers he will be, or is it going to be Little Dick Syndrome? At Mania, you won't be the boss. You'll just be Roman's side chick, which Roman's side chick is my vote for titles so far.
I haven't penciled in anything, but Roman's side chick is one there. But didn't he say the same thing to Roman about being The Rock's bitch on SmackDown? And then the Roman called him out. It's like, you're just saying the same shit you said before.
He did. So Cody came out, and actually, all Cody's asking is, who the fuck's in charge? He asked The Rock, are you
Cody? Cody's going up to the bloodline. It's like, can I speak to your manager, please? Who's in charge here?
And they can't answer.
No one knows. It's dysfunctional.
No manager on site.
The Rock's calling himself the final boss, and Cody wants to know, is the final boss in charge or is the tribal chief in charge? And these are fair questions from the American Nightmare, Cody.
100%.
Paul Heyman did come out on Raw with a message from Roman that if Cody shows up on SmackDown alone, Roman will also show up alone. And if Roman comes alone, then Cody comes alone too, and Cody agrees. Neither man decided to come alone. They both had assistance. Since we're talking about it, Roman thinks Cody's a fool for trusting Seth. Goes into their whole history. Blah blah blah. Cody has his Bullet Club cufflinks on. Says he knows a thing or two about factions, and reminded Roman that the Rhodes brothers were the first team to defeat the Shield.
Oh, I ran late, Allison, and I couldn't set things up. It'll be back next week.
Cody reminds Roman that Seth might hate Cody, but he hates Roman more. Then, as Vince talked about, can you trust The Rock? Who's really in charge? Roman says, you're just saying the same shit. And then Cody sticks his hand out in an act of good sportsmanship. Mind you, at the beginning of all this, Roman asked Cody, he goes, did you come alone? Are you a man of your word? And he goes, I'm as much a man of my word as you are. So if you're alone, I'm alone. And sure as shit.
You're a bird, I'm a bird. It's the same thing.
Sure as shit, Roman refuses to shake Cody's hand, walks out of the ring, snaps his fingers, in comes Solo and Jay. And for whatever reason, they don't attack Cody. They just go stand by Roman, which I thought was weird. But then we see Solo and Jimmy. We see Seth and Jay come in. Seth also dressed in red, much like Jimmy was, which I thought was a nice little touch. Had that, and then Jay was in black like Solo. And then they come and stand by Cody, and everyone's like, oh, he's not stupid, which I appreciate, a not stupid baby face. So that was also
fun. Man, that's gonna be one of my fucking spits, a stupid baby face, yeah. And it's not their fault either. It's their portrayal on screen, but not. I'm glad you talked about that. That was a cool moment. I didn't really like the transition from like the reveal because like Roman came out. It felt like it took forever to get to the point where he just snapped his fingers. Kind of wish he had did that in the ring while he was still in there, and then we kind of like had a legit face to face with those 6 individuals in the ring. So we'll see. Kofi Wheaton says, my prediction is that The Rock will turn on Roman and create his own faction. Maybe.
I don't know about his own faction, but I definitely see him maybe being in Camp Cody and going in there to fuck The Rock or fuck up Roman's shit.
Either that or he sees Roman's unfit to lead and takes it, like removes him as tribal chief, and he's the pseudo tribal chief while Roman's out doing fatherly things and then comes back at SummerSlam or something.
He's the final boss. Not Serena Deeb, the final boss. Not Meiko Satomura, the final boss. The Rock, the final boss. Which that's a lot of final bosses in wrestling. Just saying.
Can you really be the final boss in wrestling if there's always another final boss? Unless you're playing
Meiko Satomura is the final boss, hands down.
She is my final
True.
boss. Hey,
Jalen, we were talking about you. Hey, since you missed it, listen, I appreciate you, my guy, for creating an entire. No, don't leave yet. I'm talking to you. Don't go anywhere. You went and created an entire sub chat, so I didn't have to deal with basketball bullshit in the main chat. And I just found out about it. And Vince thought I was gonna be mad. I'm happy. thank you for doing me that solid, man. I appreciate it. I love you,
It's
Jay
the
Ladd.
way that it was the same time. That was 41. That was 41. And this was a minute later. You're like, no, go. He said it in like the same breath. He was like, yo, okay, I'm going to say bye.
Like literally the same minute, 11:41 p.m. on my end.
12:41 a.m. to be exact.
Stop. We know the real time is central.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyways,
Katie.
yeah.
Anyways, did you have more?
No. I said like, anyways, like I thought you were gonna keep going more with your spit or swallow.
No, we're done. Katie, spit or swallow.
No, we done.
We talked it all about it.
We talked. I'm going to spit Jericho versus Hook. Because why?
Jericho versus Hook.
That's all you really need to say.
Fuck. No. Why in the fuck is this old ass man, Jericho, still wrestling? I ain't forget about those allegations, sir. Get the fuck off my television. Just because you're probably Tony Khan's new supplier doesn't mean you get to fucking stay. That's not how that fucking works. And people were like, oh, Jericho's putting over new younger talent. Fuck right off. If he's gonna put over younger talent, he shouldn't even do anything really in the match. He should have had Hook hit the red rum, bada bing, bada boom, 10 seconds flat. That's all we needed. But no, Jericho wants to kick out of moves and have offense. No.
How
The
long
match
did
was
the match
too
go?
long. I don't know. I don't remember. My time isn't real. But like, I don't remember how long it went on. Too long. I think like one commercial break. Too long.
So I'm not going to agree 100% with Jericho shouldn't have any offense. However, I will agree that if Jericho is putting over young talent in this way, shape, or form, he's only doing it to prove the point that he's put over younger talent after getting called out for the fact that none of the younger talent he's put over is in a better spot than they were before they wrestled him. You look at Garcia, you look at Guevara, who is concussing people left and right. But shout out to him. He's got a new kid, so good for him. You got my boy Ricky Starks, who's in a tag team with Big Bill, not even tag team champions anymore. You know, dude had breakout single star potential written all over him, and now he's relegated to tag division and not really doing shit. Like,
Which
none of these guys,
so much.
You know, you talk about your JAS, none of them are better off because of Jericho. They were all much better off once they left Jericho. Santana and Ortiz aren't even a thing anymore, let alone in the company.
Yeah, they had their own little civil war within them, and then now they're not a tag team anymore.
Exactly.
You cause rift and dissension within the Latino community and AEW in your own faction.
I don't think that was necessarily his fault. I think that was just beef between the two of them. But
it's his fault. We can give him blame. We don't need to confirm anything. Let's just cast blame on Jericho with no factor right there or anything. I mean, his wife stormed the Capitol without any facts or anything, so why can't we?
He was probably there too in disguise.
Yeah, probably.
Putting
over younger
he was
talent.
One of the women drinking wine with them. We just didn't realize.
Oh no, man! Nah,
he looks like an old Republican woman.
AEW the last 2 weeks has piqued my interest, and obviously it's mostly. Actually, I'll say 3 weeks because of the signing of Okada and then the signing of Mercedes Moné, and then this week I knew that Okada had a title match, and then Mercedes was going to be on TV, so I'm tuning in. Then I know I have the I Quit match, so they give you enough stuff, but they sandwich a lot of turd in there, so it becomes a turd sandwich of an episode, and that turd is Jericho versus Hook. So the minute I saw that, I'm like, nope, I'm not watching the rest of Dynamite. I skipped that whole shit, and then I went back on my recording and fast forwarded to the main event because, like, the minute Jericho shows up, I stop caring.
All right. I agree. Fuck Jericho.
Yeah.
Fuck Goldberg. Fuck old wrestlers from WCW. Not all of them. The one that retires cool. And I also really like Kevin Nash, even though he hates LA Knight. Vince, spit or swallow.
You know what? You mentioned them. I'm gonna swallow the cops episode of LA Knight versus AJ Styles in Gainesville, Georgia. I have never laughed so hard out loud watching wrestling while my fiance is next to me. I was laughing over here, like it. It started pretty decent. Then you hear the horns, like of the car in the background, and just like AJ's like, what the fuck is going on? He goes outside, and then you just see LA Knight honking the horns, like, being loud and ruckus. And then they go back and forth. The camera footage is like gone. Then they have camera footage from the cops. So they have like fucking like police cam footage. It was great. LA Knight gets fucking handcuffed and arrested. He's still cutting the promo while he's getting arrested, which is fucking hilarious. I told Melissa, like, and I quote, this feels like I'm watching an episode of Cops where they're arresting two fucking white hillbillies in Georgia fighting over crack cocaine. Like, it was fucking hilarious. And then you see AJ's wife too coming in here like, AJ, come over here. It was a mess. It was fucking hilarious. It should be. You know how they did the Wyatt compound match between the Wyatts and the New Day? Do that shit, but with LA Knight and AJ Styles. Make it a cinematic match. But yeah, that's my swallow.
No, I agree. I've been advocating for police in wrestling more often, specifically when they show up on the wrong brand. I forget what I was talking about. I was talking about something, but I was like, the last time we saw someone arrested was Charlotte, Ronda, and Becky. That I can remember off the top of my head, where they actually got put in cuffs and put in cop cars. It's something that I love in wrestling. Stone Cold back in the day, getting arrested, getting put in handcuffs. We saw the NWO back in the day get arrested and put in handcuffs, or specifically Kevin Nash and the Giant. I've always loved watching wrestlers get arrested because it makes them seem more dangerous, more badass. It gives a different feel.
JBO got a lot of wrestlers arrested. Back in,
that's
like,
because he's racist.
He got John Cena arrested and Eddie Guerrero arrested, two of my Mount Rushmore people. And by the way, I thank Matt for mentioning that Kevin Nash doesn't like LA Knight, because I was supposed to write that on my notes, and then I just really went off the dome, and I'm looking through my notes and didn't actually write it down, but it was supposed to be on my notes. So shout out to Matt.
No, it was good shit. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I love that stuff. And I think that this LA Knight AJ feud needed a little something, and this might be a little something that it needs for the video package and everything else. Like, it's going to be a good match, but the feud and the build itself felt like it was lacking a little bit. When LA Knight shows up and whoops your ass at your house and your front lawn, and the cops have to come and break it up and put, like, that's that extra that's that secret sauce that I enjoy so much.
That's that McDonald's Szechuan sauce.
That's what I was talking about when I'm like, listen, I don't give a fuck how good the match is going to be if it's two wrestlers and it's a drink. Like, give me a reason to care why they're fighting. I care. Now I care. Good match, bad match, at least I give a fuck. Katie,
have them fight on the set of Jerry Springer. That'd be a thing I want to watch. Take me back to my good old days.
That's really dumb.
When I saw it, one of the first things that I do in general, I go to see if you guys tweeted about it, and I'm like, let me know what? Yeah, I actually do. So I went back and I saw it. I'm like, oh, Matt fucking liked this shit too. Good. We're both gonna have the same swallow for this week. It was good shit. It was good shit.
Do you want to know why I didn't tweet about it?
Why?
I didn't watch fucking SmackDown.
Which is what I wanted to get to. Katie, how was your SmackDown experience? Did you enjoy this?
I didn't fucking watch it. I literally took a nap. I was pissed. I was so pissed off. I was so annoyed.
You didn't try to rewatch it afterwards?
No. Because I sat here. I was like, 8 o'clock. Time to put on SmackDown. Fucking Boo Boo the Clown over here. Turn on my TV and it's like, LOL, you can't change the channel. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll just go fuck myself. Sure. Like, we literally had to get a new cable box today. Supposedly everything's good. Fingers, flanges crossed. That my cable and my internet are Gucci now. knock on wood. So yeah, I didn't watch SmackDown, and there was no Collision, so my notes end with Dynamite.
I thought there
Slash
was a
Rampage.
collision.
No, not tonight because basketball.
Oh yeah! Shout out to March Madness, giving us a reason not to have to endure a week of collision. Shout out.
I'm gargling Okada defeating Eddie for the Continental title. Katie and I talked a little bit about it on the She League Showcase. My exposure to Okada, my knowledge of Okada is what I see him do in AEW. I have not actually sat down and watched anything he did in New Japan, and I know that's going to be some sacrilege to some of you gatekeepers, and I can look you dead in the eye and tell you I don't give two fucks.
How dare
Here's
you.
the thing. I watch what's easily accessible to me, and what's on my cable is easily accessible. I do not go out of my way for extra shit unless I'm doing something for someone else's podcast, right? I'll go watch extra shit for Pretty Kyle or Warren Hayes, or I did some New Japan stuff for the Brainbuster boys. But I don't generally go out of my way because there's so much to watch, and I do more than just watch wrestling, right? I love wrestling, but I love the wrestling that I love. And it's the reason why I'm not blown away by Kenny the way a lot of you are. The reason I don't really give a fuck about the Bucks the way some of you do. And I was not really impressed with Okada in the singles match against Eddie Kingston. And you can blame Eddie. You can blame Okada being as old as he is now. That Rainmaker didn't really hit for me. It seemed kind of weak, in my opinion. I wasn't feeling it. And also, after Eddie worked so hard to win all those titles and then put them on a line in the tournament that technically he should have lost all those titles in before he even got to the finals, to have it just drop to Okada in his first first official singles match as an AEW super wrestler, not superstar, on Dynamite, because he did have the 6-man tag. I feel bad for Eddie, even though he looks like the king of the bums, because he is the king of the bums and his gear sucks. I like Eddie as a person, and I was happy to see him hold all those belts, and I hate to see him lose one of them.
Eddie Kingston, outside of his wrestling gear, looks cool as fuck. Seems like a chill dude, someone you want to hang out with, crack a beer with. When he gets in the ring and he wears his ring gear, he looks like a fucking nerd, and I don't like it. It's one of my only pet peeves.
Here's why I'm gargling. Despite Vince's belief, I enjoy EVP, Mathematics, and Nickelback Jackson because they are the douchebags on TV that I think they are in real life, and I think they're just being themselves finally, and I appreciate that. And Okada being booked in this title match and taking the belt off Eddie plays into Mathematics and Nickelback being the douchebags that I just truly believe they are in real life. Now, somebody's co-host might be like, "Oh, you're getting played and you're getting worked," but no, they're just finally being their real authentic selves, and I appreciate that, and I enjoy it because they suck as people on TV, and
on
it's
TV,
entertaining.
Yes.
It's entertaining suckage.
So I have it listed down as a swallow, and the reason why I have it listed as a swallow is because I did watch a lot of the Okada stuff on New Japan. I did see the hype, and I got swept up in the hype. I really wanted this man in WWE. I did want him either in NXT or maybe paired up with Shinsuke. I think he's one of the better wrestlers on the planet, and character-wise, I don't think he gets a chance to really showcase that to the American audience.
Would he be in your top? Would he be in your top 6
of best in-ring wrestlers or best wrestlers of all time? The fuck is playing?
Your top 6.
No.
Impromptu
when you guys
star picks. Your top.
When you guys
6
fucking forget about all of
right
these things
now.
you have.
Currently, right now, Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, Damian Priest, Bryan Danielson, and Okada. He made the top 6 barely.
Okay. Impromptu 6-star picks right here on Smackin It Raw. Well, now he's doing things. It's been me the whole time.
But no, I like it. I like that he got the title. I like that he's just kind of come in here. He's like, I'm hot shit. I know I'm hot shit. I don't give a fuck if you don't think. At least that's the vibes I'm getting from Okada. I still don't like him being paired with the Young Bucks because I think they're fucking lame and they look nerdy. But I like it. I'm all for it. And I'm also swallowing it because the bastard Pac showed up, confronted Okada, and that's going to be a good match. Yes. Evil things. Excellent.
Katie, your thoughts on Eddie and Okada?
I kind of had an inkling that Okada was going to win because it's Okada, and oh no, you can't have Okada lose his first singles match. No way. But having Math and Nickelback, I'm not calling mathematics, Math and Nickelback backstage, like in Gorilla with the headsets, trying to be like, replay this, replay that, while Tony Khan's bitch ass is just sitting there. Rare Tony Khan sighting where he doesn't actually fucking say anything, so that was fine. It was they basically were like stacking the deck against Eddie. Does very much suck that Eddie lost the title.
He'll be okay.
The whole title thing doesn't fucking make any sense to me, and it's still weird. But I am invested in Tupac. I love the bastard. I was so pissed when I missed the 6-man tag last week because of the internet. Oh, shocker. So, like, seeing him show up, I was like, yes.
I don't know how I keep missing this. I have not seen Pac at all on my TV. I am turning away. I'm walking away. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm doing something every time Pac comes out.
Because he's always wrestling against people that you're like, oh, these guys, fuck these guys. Let me go away.
I watched Okada hit the Rainmaker, get the 1-2-3. I saw Mathematics and Nickelback in the back, which I appreciate this because it reminds me of like early NWO shit. So that might be why. But like I watched them celebrate and Tony Khan just kind of like, yeah, I'm happy for you guys.
Look fucking stupid.
But like I did not see Pac show up. And you will not see Pac show up if you go to patreon.com/Creatia World. But we do talk about the NWO and everything WCW. We start in 1995. We are all the way up to an episode that dropped today. Road Wild 1998, your main event. Diamond Dallas Page teaming with none other than Jay Leno to take on Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan in a main event. The last main event of the last pay-per-view was Diamond Dallas Page teaming with one Karl Malone to take on Dennis Rodman and Hulk Hogan in the main event. That's the time period we are in right now. But Road Wild 1998 is available, and the entire back catalog is also available of everything we've done, starting with the very first Nitro up until now. We do pay-per-view a month and the weeks building up to it, so go check that out for $1. For that same dollar, when you spend that dollar, you don't just get that, you get 2 other shows. You get If You Have to Ask with me and my wife, Kate, where we do Am I the Asshole post. We are recording another episode tomorrow, pretty much immediately after we get done doing Heels for Life, Katie and I. And then you get Multiverse with Travis and Mara, where they break down DC animated films, which are the best films from DC. If you don't want to spend your time watching Aquaman 2 on Max, you can go check out what Travis and Mara have to say about some of your favorite DC animated films. All of that for $1. We also have tiers higher than that, ladies and gentlemen, and you get different things. One of those tiers, I'm not telling you which, you're going to have to click the link and go find out, gives you this show ad-free. So if you want the show ad-free because you don't like ads, you can go sub there. However, since you're watching us live, we have sponsors that are awesome and amazing and give you discounts and benefits and all sorts of cool shit. And Travis is here to tell you about them right now. Take it away, Travis.
Tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful, clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, Dubby can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, Dubby is made with high-quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix Dubby with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creationworld.com and order your Dubby today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at dubby.creationworld.com for 10% off. Try Dubby today and feel the difference. The link is in the description.
And we're back. Katie, spit or swallow?
I'm going to swallow the main event of Rampage that happened after Dynamite because, basketball took over this weekend. So Rampage was after Dynamite, kind of leaked into it.
Man.
I'm glad you thought that. That's why I did that.
Yeah, I'm smart. I know what I'm doing. I'm a smart guy. So it was TBS champion Julia Hart and Sky Blue defeating Chris Statlander and Willow. Willow has been in the most street fights of any woman in AEW. Big fucking shout out. Which that's awesome. There's been like 4 and she's been in every single one of them. That match was awesome. Crazy. Thumbtacks, tables, chairs, kendo sticks. Oh my.
I have to go and watch it.
I highly recommend it. It's the best match.
Beautiful code blue on the announce table. Just
ooh.
It was that. There was Death Valley drivers through tables.
Jesus.
Chris Islander's back landing directly on the thumbtacks, getting put in heartless, tapping. Oh, it was chef's
heartless is something we learned about on Thursday.
We learned the name of her submission. Yes.
I got Sky Blue on the monitor right here, just hanging out with us. So
she heard we were talking about her.
She did.
Okay. All right. Appreciate the company.
You didn't watch it, Vince? You didn't stick around for Rampage after Dynamite?
No. Once the I Quit match ended, I was already tired out because it was the first day of working a double of like back-to-back doubles, and I just kind of felt like shit. So I just kind of went home, showered, and just went straight to bed.
You'd say you double dribbled.
Sure. Yeah. One could say that.
Don't double dribble the spit or swallow, Vince.
Since I mentioned it, I'm gonna swallow the I Quit match between Adam Edge Copeland and Kristen Cage. It was really good. It was one of those like overbooked matches in the best possible way. Like they went into the crowd, they did some ladder spots. I forgot to mention the crowd sang Edge's theme song, which is really cool. I just recently found out that Matt does not care for Edge's theme song all that much, which is fine. We don't yuck yums.
Whoa, what? Wait, time out.
Calling me the fuck out on the show. So Vince on occasion sends me like blind rank these WWE theme songs.
Right.
I did one.
Okay.
And Edge's On This Day I See Clearly, and I had it at number 2, and I was like, honestly, it's not. I don't really. It's not my favorite Edge theme. It's not. I don't really personally enjoy that theme. I'm not gonna lie to you. It doesn't do it for me. It's not my.
I know. I made the same face, but then I'm like, you know what? Whatever, man. Like.
Excuse me. Yes. I have a question. So, what is your favorite Edge theme then?
I like the old school. You Think You Know Me. I'd probably say Thunder Kiss 65, or I think it's 65 by White Zombie when he came out with.
Wasn't it Rob Zombie?
It was White Zombie. Well, Rob Zombie was the lead singer of White Zombie when they did Thunder Kiss. Also, Never Gonna Stop. Also, really like Never Gonna Stop. Pretty much everything that he had. The Brood music, the Judgment Day music, everything but this theme song. I'm not gonna lie.
So you just don't like this version of it, or you just don't like this one at all?
So you're not opposed to Alter Bridge. You're just opposed to Metalingus, the song.
Yeah.
Is it a case of everyone hypes it up so much and you're like, it's not that good?
It's not hard. For him coming out and being the rated R superstar, it's kind of fucking soft. I'm not gonna lie. On this day, I see clear. Like, shut the fuck up.
I mean, look at all the smoke that comes out when he like makes his entrance.
Yeah, but the song, like, it starts really hard and then the chorus comes and it's really fucking soft. I don't know.
When he starts hitting the high pitch, like,
it's not for me. I'm also not a big fan of Alter Bridge in general, to be honest with you. That's just like Discount Creed.
You know what this whole conversation reminded me of is that one episode of Family Guy when they're both they're all in the safe and like the water sprinklers go off and then they're about to die and Peter's just
Are you talking about where Peter said he doesn't like The Godfather?
Yeah, it's like I didn't care for The Godfather. I'm like, how could you not like The Godfather? I was like, it gets to
that Edge theme is not The Godfather.
I'm not saying it's The Godfather, but this, you know those TikToks where it's like, show me.
I cut this for TikTok, and I'm gonna take all the fucking hate, and I'm cool with it. Like, it's not for me. Listen, I prefer Disturbed doing Stone Cold's theme. Like,
that slaps hard.
For Time Is Now for Triple H over everything that Motorhead does, just because I can't understand a fucking word Lemmy says.
Oh, fair.
So
okay, I get you on the Triple H one.
My time.
I like what I like.
Hard. Yeah.
I like what I like.
All right,
God,
and I
Triple
don't
H's
like
theme's
Alter
dope.
Bridge.
We should have a theme song jam session. Just kind of like unpack all this because if Matt doesn't like Metalingus, I'm curious to know what he does like, and I'm pretty sure I have some selections.
Here's the sad part: the best wrestling theme song ever made is by someone we can't fucking talk about anymore, or is for someone we can't talk about anymore. Hands down,
Redacted.
the best.
No. I feel like it gets put up there because
it is.
People feel bad listening to it. It's like, oh, it's so good, but we can't listen. It's forbidden fruit. Like, get the fuck out of here with that Adam and Eve bullshit. Like, it's not that good. It's just a fucking apple. Like,
see, I have a joke in my head, but I don't want to say it. Not about redacted.
Say it in the private chat, and then we can laugh, and then people can wonder.
So,
anyways.
It's that, and then it's Aleister Black's NXT theme.
No man has
ever tried.
Exactly, which is hard as fuck.
I love that song.
Hard as fuck. If he comes back to WWE, he needs to come back with that theme song. I'm not accepting any different. He has to. But anyway, back to my swallow. I liked the I Quit match. It was really good. Canadian sang a Canadian wrestler's theme song. All fun stuff. Edge is the new TNT champion, and he fucking swung at Christian's dicks with a
dicks
2x4.
Plural?
I'm sorry?
You said dicks? Does he have multiple penises?
He does. He's the patriarchy. He's got all the dicks.
I haven't visually confirmed it personally, but one can only assume.
I have.
He is a dick in general, so that's one right there, 1 point right there. But he swung Spike, his new weapon, into his dick and balls, and that's one way to make a man I quit. I'd quit too. I'm surprised he took a second one.
Spelling.
Yeah.
I was checking spellings.
Katie, you are correct. Matt does not like Metalingus, but he loves Cunnilingus.
You should just said it. The joke.
First of all, I am a lady. I will never. I mean, I've said worse shit. To be fair, but it's the first thing that popped in my head, and then you guys kept talking, and I was like, "Well, the moment's gone," but I was like, "I have to tell them that I have a joke."
No, it's a boomerang joke. He came back. He came back. That's a good one.
Not about all the linguses, but specific linguses I enjoy.
Specific linguses.
Cutalingus greater than Metalingus. Title?
Possibly just specific lingus as a title.
I'm writing it down. Specific lingus.
I like when we make like titles of words.
Oh, hey, Justin's here.
Is he back?
What's up, Joe?
Facts.
I
He's
don't
probably
even know
just
what
been lurking.
Lips
Lips are lips.
No, sir. You can't.
We haven't visited NXT yet, so
True.
I am going to swallow the ongoing saga of Dax's girlfriend Ariana Grace turning my girl Gigi Dolan into a pageant queen.
They're actually dating?
Yeah.
No way.
Mhm.
Why isn't she in the group?
Because she's Canadian?
But
Because
her
she's
father is Italian.
Miss NXT, and
Okay,
she's
so
turning
here's-
Gigi into Miss Congeniality. Miss
I'm going to explain this to you.
Congeniality.
It's got to be kayfabe, right? Rules. But when it comes to the Italian mafia, to be actually part of it, you have to be 100% Italian. If you go watch any of the movies, anyone that's Irish, anyone that's not full-blooded Italian, anyone that's not motherfucking FBI, cannot be a made man
Where the
and
fuck
or
is
woman in this
Nunzio at
case.
then?
I don't know, not around because
Oh, what if they do like a scene where it's like I gotta go like talk to the elder, and it's Nunzio in like an easy chair, and it's kind of like
I'd be
and
okay with that.
it's kind of like Theo Salamanca from Breaking Bad, and he's just like with the little bell and like in the chair.
Okay, now you're taking it too far. Now you've made it weird. Nunzio can talk. He doesn't need a bell to respond to shit. Nunzio can spin around and be a tiny man in a giant chair behind a desk. And it'll be fun and funny, and it'll go. And I'm with
That's what I want to be in life.
Until you try to turn him into a fucking Salamanca.
I want to be a tiny man in a big chair.
We are all tiny men in big chairs. Most Mexicans that buy a pickup truck.
I'm writing it down. I also wrote down Miss Congeniality because we talked about it.
Miss Congeniality, which is something I coined on Chile Showcase.
Okay.
Because that's what we're getting. We're getting Miss Congeniality, and I'm all about it. I like when they do this shit. I liked when Tiffany had to go muck stables for Fallon. Yep. I enjoy the corny, cheesy soap opera bullshit mixed in with the wrestling. Also finding out that Ariana Grace was with Stax, more cred to her because not only is she beautiful, but she has good taste in men. So
I'm gonna ask TC tomorrow if Stax can fight or not.
Go ahead.
Only he can answer that.
I mean, I'm sure Stax can answer that for you, and I can give him a call.
I know a guy. Let me call him.
What?
Oh man.
Yeah, no, swallowing Miss Congeniality.
I'm curious to see what they do because God, I fucking love Gigi Dolan, but God, they don't fucking do shit with her.
That's another reason why I'm swallowing it, though. Is like we're utilizing her. She was sitting in the back, talking to people, not doing shit. She's been taking L's. Hopefully, they're putting her in a story, and this is kind of the turnaround.
I'm hoping something. Like, even if it's just a feud, but it's like, man, you gotta do something with Gigi. Because she feels like someone that if she gets called up to the main roster, there's no in between. She's either gonna sink or she's gonna swim. She's either gonna be utilized better on the main roster, like most, or she's gonna sink and she's gonna be gone from the company.
You know what I want? I want them to get to pageant day, and I want Gigi to compete against Ariana and Gigi to win the fucking pageant. She might not win a match, but I want her to win the beauty pageant. And then that causes another match because now Ariana's pissed because she lost the beauty pageant to Gigi.
When this happens, I expect you to get no credit because HBK is always listening and he doesn't take our advice.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get the credit we deserve.
Especially when they calendars and sell them, and I don't get any fucking money for it. Neither does Katie.
Now you know how Young Kings feel when they get tapped in and don't get no credit.
Now, while NXT might not be paying us for our ideas, I pay Katie in respect, and that respect is asking her spit or swallow.
I was like,
where he's going with it. Yeah. It's like
that was a little long and drawn out. I know that wasn't my best. Anyway, Katie, spit or swallow.
That's all right. That's all right.
I was about to complain. I'm like, where's my paycheck?
Damn it. I'm gonna stick with NXT. I'm gonna stick with the women because shout out the Women's Month because we deserve a whole month. We get treated like shit. every other month, so I get one. Sol Ruka returning to the ring, absolutely killing it. Hit that soul snatcher like it's nobody's business. I don't even remember who the fuck. I don't remember her opponent's name. She's one of the new ones. She's blonde. She's very hyper.
Oh,
Zenithia Hale.
It's like Brienne or Brass. I don't know.
She's the one. She's the one that hangs.
Brit-
That hangs out with BBC, right, or whatever their tag team
Idris
name.
and Malik.
I call them BBC ever since they coined themselves that. Like,
Yeah, no, I
never.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We only
Ain't
acknowledge one BBC, and that's the Doctor with the PH.
I mean, I haven't seen the doctorate yet, so
I need Reek to just fully embrace the Dr. Reek Baker BBC gimmick, and then ask everyone to acknowledge the BBC.
I so wish. No, we'll talk to him about it on trivia because I need to see this man's reaction when you tell him that.
I thought you were about to say you needed.
He'll listen.
Else.
I'm gonna get shit about Edge and Metalingus in the fucking calf.
Oh,
Reek's
yeah.
gonna come in the fucking chat and be like, "What's this about
Reek-
acknowledging BBC?" Like,
I think if I'm not mistaken, Edge is Reek's favorite wrestler. So you gonna get some shit. I'm gonna let him know. I'm gonna make sure he's tapped in.
it's gonna be the clipped part of the episode on TikTok. He's gonna listen to the episode. He always does. And Jaylan comes in and either outs me talking about some wild shit that I've said, and then I got to answer for. Like, we're good. It'll happen.
The
Things
warden
get taken
on
care of
trial.
in the chat.
The warden on trial. Crazy time.
Warden has beat every case.
We're long due for another cafeteria court session.
Are we though?
Someone needs to catch a case.
Somebody needs to catch Benji wherever the fuck he's at. That's what we
I'm
need
worried
to do.
for that. Man.
Hire
I
a
have
private
not-
investigator and go figure out where the fuck. Because I know it's Benji Calavera, right? But
That's
somebody
his stage
else,
name.
a Benjamin something, showed up on my Facebook that looked just like him, and I think he changed his whole fucking identity. I think he's in witness protection or some shit. I don't know what the fuck's going
He's
on.
fucking Carmen Sandiego. Wait, where in the
And then
world
I
is
went in the
he?
Discord and I was like, "Who's this dude?" And nobody answered. He's silent. Witness fucking protection for Benji. I'm telling you.
Benji's been silenced.
Oh. Can't stand you. Oh my god.
We need to find him.
Shout out to Sol Ruka.
So Sol Ruka, yeah, hell yeah,
You guys are dumb.
snatching souls like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's a cool name for a finisher. Soul. Wait, what was it? Soul Snatcher.
Soul Snatcher, yeah.
That's such a good pun. Good wordplay on
Dude.
the name.
Every time my dirty.
That's why
mom-
I'm so
when I hear
mad that they changed JD McDonough's name from Jordan Devlin, because the devil inside, like the devil's inside, like such a good finish.
Devil inside, yes.
I love
Nice play on words.
Now he's just a
I love when
big head
people
looking
play on
ass. Bobble him looking ass.
Let's find out what else Vince loves. Vince, spit or swallow?
Where do I want to go here? You know what? I'm gonna stick with my last thing on Dynamite, but it's not necessarily what I saw on Dynamite, but what caused things to happen from Dynamite. I'm swallowing people being impressed about Sasha / Mercedes supposedly only signing with AEW only for the money, so to speak. Talking about playing on words. They got mad. They got mad because she did an interview like a week before she debuted at Big Business, saying that she'd be back in WWE someday, and that she signed her 5-year contract with a buyout, with an opt-out option after 3 years. They found out she was making like close to $5 million, like, or $3 or $4 million a year. It's like, oh, she's not gonna really stay. She's getting paid all this money. I saw so many discourse, whether it was on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok or whatever, people bitching and moaning, and I'm swallowing it because of course she went there for the fucking money, dude. Like, you getting paid $5 million a year? to go wrestle. I don't give a fuck how shitty the women's division like doesn't get appreciated, like how shitty it gets treated. I'll go over there and see if I can turn some heads, and if not, at least I got a fucking paycheck for it. And if I don't like it in 3 years, that's why there's a fucking opt out. And then if she goes back to the fuck, she gonna be a lifer for AEW? No, the fuck, like no one in AEW is probably gonna be a lifer outside of maybe like the Elite, Mox, and maybe even Bryan Danielson. And Bryan Danielson and Mox might end up back in WWE. Everyone comes back to WWE. No one sits here and it's like, I can't wait to main events All In or be in the main event or All Out. No, everyone talks about being in the main event of WrestleMania. What have we been arguing about for weeks? What should be the main event of WrestleMania? No one sits here and argues who should be the main event in All In. Like, let my homegirl go. She obviously has the presence and the presentation and the aura that most people don't have on that roster. Matt said it, didn't want to say it, so I'll say it for him. And honestly, like, just let her go in there. She's gonna put on some dream matches. She's gonna have fun, get paid while she's doing it, and she's gonna come back. Don't be surprised. Like, don't be mad because someone's out there trying to like get a bag. How are you gonna hate?
Where's the leak, ma'am?
That was the wrong one.
Afraid I've got some bad news.
That's what I wanted to play. For everyone listening, Vince made a point that I want to elaborate on before I hit the wrong soundbite. If you're doing a job, you're doing it to get paid. You're doing it to get money, right? Like, I do this, I make zero money from this. I will tell you right now, and I will tell Travis to his face, if somebody came along and said, hey, Matt, we like what you do, and we want to pay you a fuck ton of money to come do it for us, I'm going to thank Travis for the opportunity, and I'm going to go get fucking paid, right?
Same.
If I can go get paid somewhere to do this, I'm going to do it. I do it because I love it. I'm not expecting to get paid, but if I can make money from it, I'm taking the fucking money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I work every day at my job to make money, to buy the things that I enjoy, for all of the shit around me, and to feed my family and take care of my family and my loved ones. That's why you work. This is her job. Of course she went where the fucking money went. You think OnlyFans models take pictures of themselves naked and don't want to get paid for it? No, that's why they have a fucking OnlyFans and you have to subscribe. You think porn stars are fucking just to fuck and don't want to get paid for it? No.
I mean, I'm sure they are.
You want
but
money per dick, right? Like, that's how this works. Like, you're not taking a flat rate. Like, listen, nobody does their job to not get paid. Nobody just goes to work because they want to work. If you do something and you love it, you will do it whether you get paid or not. But if you get the opportunity to make some fucking money from it, you're gonna take it. And to expect somebody to take less money to do something they love because you think they should love it is ignorant as fuck. Get paid, know your worth.
Here's my biggest pet peeve that I've always had with like wrestling and then just sports fandom in general. Like, when it's like, oh, if you want to win or if you want to help your team succeed, you should take a pay cut so they can sign more talent and yada yada. And over here they're like, oh, you should go there just for the love of it. You shouldn't go there just for the money. I was like, she's gonna love it. She's gonna have a fun time. You see it in her 2 promos that she's cut 2 weeks in a row. She's having fun. She's happy. And I'm happy for her, but I'm happy she's getting paid. Like you guys said, we all work to get paid. I'm not trying to sit here and get all this corporate bullshit and be happy with a pizza party. Nah, bitch, give me a raise. Give me my money.
And she's doing shit. She's opening up the last 2 episodes of Dynamite, addressing her issues with Willow, but also playing kind of, a baby face a little bit. She talked about her injury. She's out here to start a global women's revolution, not just a revolution of the company, but globally. Says that Julia and Sky fucked up when they got in her business, and Willow is her business. She's taken out Julia and Sky. Then they're coming back and winning a match that we talked about later, but like handling business on Dynamite. Again, 2 weeks in a row, opening the show. Backstage, after Willow came out, and it looked like Willow was going to hit Mercedes. Mercedes goes and talks to Chris and then just kind of brushes Willow off and says, you've done enough, when she tries to apologize for whatever awkward moment that was. We're getting more women on TV in storylines on Dynamite, not relegated to Rampage, on Dynamite besides your women's champion and what's going on there with Mercedes there. And I hope this is a trend that continues and we start seeing more women's segments and more women's matches featured on Dynamite as well as Rampage and Collision because she's there. So shout out to Mercedes. Speaking of more women's matches, I'm swallowing Deanna and Thunder Rosa versus Mariah and Tony over on Dynamite. Women's tag team match. I love everything that's going on with Deanna and Tony Storm. I love Vince talked about it. Mariah May doing the Tony Storm NXT gimmick, then looking just like Tony Storm. Thunder Rosa's Thunder Rosa, and she's got a spot. She's on TV. She's always going to be great. She puts on great matches. It was a win-win all around. Women's tag match.
Because women. That's why.
I think Vince froze.
I think so.
Yeah, he froze. Katie, spit or swallow.
I don't know if I want to swallow this or if I want to gargle it. The Osprey promo. I did a bruv counter. He only said bruv twice. I was very disappointed. Because I think the Wallop boys were like, oh, like he says bruv like almost like multiple times in his promo. There should be a counter. And then I was like, I'm gonna do a counter. In my head, I said it. And then I did it. And he only said it twice. And I was like, oh, well, that's not fun. Are you just playing with the...
Well, I wanted to see if that layout that I made for getting off would work, but we need a third person up there. I probably should just use it with Vince.
That's okay. But no, like, he talked his shit. He's not the same person he was 7 years ago when he faced Shibata. And that match is next week. I mean, it was like, for what people want to say about Ospreay, like, yeah, the accent is very thick. And sometimes it is very hard to understand the British accent because it's very thick for his accent. But he talked his shit. He's like, I have a wife now, or he has a missus, a mortgage, a kid, dogs, cats. Like, he's got shit to do. And he's there to make money and do good matches, and that's what he's gonna do. Or it's because he was, the people were like, oh, Brian, like Ospreay can't walk a mile in Brian's shoes or whatever the fuck. Ospreay said he went to Japan and did good things, and Brian didn't. I was like, damn, that's fucked. But kind of true. Brian went to WWE and did WWE things. So I like it. I'm obviously not going to be able to watch Dynasty because I will be hung over as all hell the next day. And I'm not paying $50 again. So, but the match will be great once it happens. I'll catch it after the fact, but I'm excited.
Vince, can you hear us?
I'm assuming no.
His mic's muted. Hold on.
Well, his screen's also black, so
I can't unmute his mic. I don't know if you can hear us, but yeah, no, Vince, you're all fucked. So I guess it's back to me then.
Yeah.
I guess we're just gonna spitball back and forth.
Yeah.
I can't unmute him because he chose to mute himself. That's why. Spitting a bad night for Trick Williams. He ends up beating Noam Dar, which having to wrestle Noam Dar is what it is. Lash Legend is using her affections to try and distract him, and use that against him. So he came out there, he did his thing, he swooned her, dropped a kiss on her. She seemed like she enjoyed it at the time, but now she's like trying to use that to cost him a match. And then Carmelo jumps Trick after pretending to be one of his own security guards, and he gets beat down. And we love Trick. So I hate to see a bad night for Trick.
Bad night for Trick. But that's what I thought was going to happen when Mello had the security guards the first night. I thought Trick was going to be disguised as one of them. And I was like, oh, that'd be so funny. And then here, a week or two later, Mello does the same shit. I'm like, oh, they knew. They're like, it's so smart.
Fair.
It just makes me that much more excited for this match.
It's going to be a good one. It really is. It's not going to be Tony D'Angelo winning the NXT title good, but it's going to be really good.
I still need to find a shirt.
I know it's not going to happen, but I'm just going to pretend. I'm just going to be happy until after.
Listen, I'm hoping, I'm going to pray. I'm hoping since I'll be there, and you'll be there in spirit, maybe combined, we can will Tony D'Angelo to win. We can do our best.
We're going to do our best. Katie, spit or swallow?
I'm going to... Is he back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Pause that thought. Vince, spit or swallow?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get my spit or swallow in. Let me just say this one because it's the most important one. Just in case I freeze and I'm out of the matrix. I'm gonna go and spit something else from the IWC this week, and that is everyone fantasy booking the fucking Hardys and then the Dudley Boys into the WrestleMania 40 ladder match 6-pack challenge for the tag titles.
I haven't seen that at all.
Yeah.
I've been seeing it so much on TikTok and Twitter that so much so that even fucking Bully Ray's bitch ass decided it was like, oh yeah, maybe it'll happen or whatever. Well, the conversation started when there's like obviously they announced it last week. They had the Raw teams only do singles matches to get in, right? So New Day is in, DIY is in, and Awesome Truth are in, leaving 2 empty spots. But on last week's SmackDown, they
I love an empty slot.
So what?
What?
Okay, I caught that now. Took me a minute. Last week they had one bracket in the SmackDown tournament. This week they had the other side of the bracket. The winners of each respective brackets are gonna get the final 2 spots because SmackDown had 8 teams versus Raw 6 teams. So to showcase all of them, they all get a chance and an opportunity. And the winner of the 2 separate individual tournaments are gonna get the final 2 fucking spots. I don't know where the fuck people thought that there's one final spot and then this is just one final tournament and SmackDown only gets one tag team like represented in the whole fucking ladder match. I've seen so many people's like, what if it like the last spot they leave it open in that on that day we see like the Hardys? What if we get the Dudleys? And it became a fucking thing and it pissed me off and it's been grinding my gears ever since. So
I literally have not seen a single take about the Hardys nor the Dudleys taking a spot in that match.
I had a whole back and forth with people. It's like, yeah, I know, but like, what if they add someone last minute like they did? Like, did you not watch like WrestleMania 33 in Orlando when the Hardys showed up? It was a triple threat and then became a fatal forward. I know, and that's what I was saying. It's like your math is not mathing people. Like those final 2 spots are for SmackDown teams. There is no 7th tag team that's going to be in there, and if there is, that's way too many fucking people for a ladder.
And
I'm taking the final spot.
Okay, if there was a spot left, it should just go to the Creeds period, but that's neither here nor there.
Or an NXT up and coming tag team if they wanted.
No, NXT's got their own shit going on with the tag titles.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Not
Anyways, but yeah, that's what I'm fucking spitting that I saw that discourse this week, and I'm like, are y'all fucking mental? Like you're fucking Looney Tunes.
Drugs.
Mental this
drugs.
one is. We've been watching Harry Potter too, so like that's where
It's been a marathon. It's been a marathon. I've been watching it at work.
We just have to watch Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. We got up until the Half-Blood Prince, and every time it gets to me at the end.
I cry in every movie from Goblet of Fire on.
We watch Dumbledore die, and then the next day we watch Mufasa die. So it's been a sad couple days. Anyways, yeah. IWC spitting your stupidity.
Yeah, no, they're full of stupid people doing stupid things, and nobody needs to see the Dudley Boys. First off, the Hardy Boys are under contract; they're not showing up. No one wants to see the Dudley
At
Boys
least
back.
Jeff is. I don't
They
know
both
about
are.
Matt, but
They both are.
Matt's in the middle of a divorce. He's got a lot of shit going on. Last thing he needs to do is join in a ladder match in WWE.
this man shows up to one Raw. He shows up to one Raw as
They
a
were
fan.
in North Carolina.
Exactly.
North Carolina.
He shows up to one Raw as a fucking fan, and people are like, "Oh, this is a sign he's gonna return." I'm like, "No, the fuck he isn't."
No. And nobody gives a fuck. They all need to retire.
All four of them need to retire. I'm done with them.
Yeah, Katie, I'm gonna let you
Oh,
do that
TC's
spit and
here.
swallow out.
Well, thanks.
Wait, you're all what?
No, it's my turn now.
Oh,
I was gonna have Katie spit or swallow, and then you came back. So then I paused her so that you could go because we did like 2 or 3 without you.
did you?
Yeah, now it's on her again.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. If you bring up something we talked about, I'll be like, "Shut up, Vince. We did that next." I got you.
I would prefer a more polite way to go about that, but okay.
I'm sorry, Vince. We've already done that. Can you pick another one?
Okay. All right. Do it with a Harry Potter accent, and I'll forgive you.
I can't do a
Anyways,
British accent. That's my
I'm
wife.
going to swallow. I'm cutting this off immediately. Story time with Adam Cole, baby. I don't even know if they're calling it that now, but I saw this man sitting in the chair looking nice as fuck. Goddamn. I love that man so much. He's so beautiful. He blames Wardlow for losing the match with Samoa Joe, which I didn't see anything last week. So, like, I knew that happened. So I was just sad anyways. Shouldn't have happened that early anyways. Said that now Wardlow has to make sure that the rest of the Undisputed Kingdom, or Adam Cole and the Bays, if you will, keep all of their gold. So, like, the ROH tag titles and the international title. That's what it is. I got Vince with that one. That was good. So proud of myself. And Adam
I'm
Cole
still
slipped up.
poppy for it.
He said that if, like, I don't remember the exact phrasing, but Wardlow fucked up. So now I don't remember exactly how he said it, and I didn't write it down. But basically, he Freudian slipped and said, I should be champion. But then he was like, I mean Wardlow. And I was like, I mean, we've been new. Like, it's just what he is. He's a scumbag.
Oh, man.
He's my scumbag. Because MJF is gone now. I don't need him. I have one and true asshole in my life. And it's Adam Cole. Baby.
I had it as a spit, and it was mostly
Okay.
due to the context of, like, they're using Adam Cole's using Wardlow to push his own selfless agenda, and Wardlow is not the muscle for this faction or for this other person. It feel to me the way I wrote it down was that Adam Cole called out Wardlow. It feels like they're trying to do a do-over after they botched the whole stuff with MJF. Like they're trying to redo like how he turned on MJF and then had his Batista moment, and they fucking fumbled the bag with him. And I don't know, it kind of feels like we already did this inside. You know, it's kind of like when they like made Lion King, but live action, when we already got the masterpiece in animation. So
What is with you and Lion King today?
Yeah, what is
listen. I felt very Lion King-ish the other day, and it's been all
You could have
Hakuna
just said
Matata ever
Hakuna
since.
Matata. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Good job, guys. We all got there.
Yeah. Just like Adam Cole's promo, it was long-winded. Eventually got to the point.
How
You are the
fucking
expert.
dare you?
You are the expert.
You have some fucking nerve down there, sir.
Yeah, I guess technically I would be down there because Philadelphia is more up on the country spectrum.
Excuse me,
and then
where?
Philadelphia?
That's not where I am.
Oh, Pennsylvania.
side.
I always think Philadelphia is the state and not the city.
So I'm going to swallow Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Setting up a match against Pretty Deadly. KO comes in. He's doing his thing. Pretty Deadly are talking shit. He's like, last time I was in this arena, I know a thing about tag team matches. I punched 2 guys in the face. And they're like, you don't even have any friends. He's like, I might not have friends, but I had somebody that I teamed with last time. And he's like, do you want to be my tag team partner? Turn around. Randy's just standing behind him, scared the shit out of him. Deadly, just like they did Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I know TC isn't high on KO lately. I'm still high on KO.
Nah, there's Melissa.
Well, I love a man with a body type like mine going out there, even though he's got more hair than me. So shout out to KO and Randy Orton doing their thing. KO and Randy Orton far better than RK Bro in every sense of the word. KO's even in his fucking name.
See,
True.
the part that got me was when after he knocks them both out with a single punch. He's like, I did it, Randy, I did it. Did you see, Randy? I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking popped. And Melissa's right there. She's just staring at me. It's like, what is this? I'm like, that shit's hilarious. The way Katie got me laughing is the way I was laughing at the KO spot, because it reminded me of when the little kid's like, Mom, look, Mom, look, I did it.
Vince, you're on your Pixar bullshit. It's exactly like Finding Nemo. Hey, Dad, did you see that? Did you see? You so
Yes.
totally rock, Squirt. Come on, it's right there.
Oh my god. Oh, now I gotta go find Nemo.
Give me some Finn.
Noggin. Dude.
Vince, spit or swallow.
Can I spit or swallow Finding Nemo? No, right? It should be.
Did you watch it this week?
No, not yet. You want to watch Finding
No, you
Nemo,
can't.
baby?
Then no, you can't. Nope.
Okay.
You didn't watch it. Can't spit or swallow.
No.
What else you got?
I asked her if I could watch.
No, what? I don't get that. But what else you got?
All right. So I won't spit nor swallow. I'll gargle my next topic, right? And the reason why I'm gargling it, because I'm just going to encompass a lot of stuff in here, and I'm just going to involve everything damage control related. So the booking of Bailey this week felt a little weak, but it was a setup for damage control to look like a dominant faction leading into WrestleMania, try to make it seem like Bailey has to overcome the odds, and it feels like kind of like Undisputed Era almost, like, not to make a callback to Adam Cole or anything, but it feels like the female bloodline almost, right? Bailey is the pseudo Cody Rhodes in this story, but the reason why it's a gargle because they had Bianca Belair come out there and be finally like an assistant member. Is that the right phrasing I want to use? Where Naomi comes out to wrestle Io, she gets attacked. Bianca comes out. I thought Bailey was gonna come out. She got her ass whooped. She got fucking cooked. I didn't like that for her personally. But the big thing is that my little Austin theory is that with the confirmation that Jade Cargill is taking her talents to SmackDown, I believe that now I know what they're going to do with Bianca and Naomi at WrestleMania. And that's going to be Jade, Bianca, Naomi versus the rest of the members of Damage Control in the 6-man tag. Gonna spit the internet's favorite WWE wrestler line to their face last week. I don't.
Oh, he's gonna swallow it.
Oh, okay, swallow. But yeah. So it's a gargle because in one sense, like Jade being in the tag match at WrestleMania, it's a good idea, especially if you just kind of want to ease her in. They did that with Ronda Rousey, and it's probably her best match ever since. She hasn't had a better match since. Jade Cargill has way more potential than that, and I just want to see her prosper. The reason why I'm going to gargle it is because, like, really, you're going to just pair up all the black women together in the tag match? And it's like, but then I'm also just like, am I really the one to like be upset about that? Because people get upset with all the Latinos being on the same show and wrestling each other, but I fucking love it. So, who's to say?
Not you. So I looked at it differently. I looked at it as exactly what you said. This was the opportunity to get Bianca, because you can't spell WrestleMania without EST, to get Naomi, and then they dropped that Jade vignette all on the WrestleMania card while mixing it in with the Damage Control story, kind of like we're getting Jimmy versus Jay mixed in with, the Bloodline story, like taking things and spiraling it up, because we don't see Asuka or Kyrie or Dakota on the card. We don't see Bianca or Naomi or Jade on the card. Now we've got 6 more women in matches on the card with a story and with a purpose.
Right.
So I followed all of that.
So, I mean, TC's in the chat. Let me know. Do you personally like take it some type of way? Do you find some kind of grievance there that they just paired up all the women in the tag team, which is one of the reasons why, like I don't know, like the women's tag titles aren't going to be defended, so I kind of hope they still get defended in some way, shape, or form. Maybe at a stand and deliver. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, it's a gargle for me, and the main reason I'm gargling is like I don't know how to feel about it. Again, maybe I'm not the one to say anything about that. But also, Bayley got her ass cooked on SmackDown. I haven't really liked it. I needed to get some licks in before WrestleMania, and time's running out.
Fair. That last part's fair. Katie,
Main
spin
point.
swallow.
I'm
Last one, by the way.
Oh,
shit.
damn. Just put it on the
Okay.
spot. It has to be a good one now.
Well, it's not gonna be good now. You put me on the spot. It's not gonna be good, man. All right. Anyways,
You should have said that while I was in my rant, so you could prep her.
Oh, golly gee. Anyways,
I was thinking it the entire time you were in your rant, but I didn't want to
Yeah.
interrupt you to tell you weren't getting another one. I was just going to wait until I let Katie go to let you know you were done.
Oh, no, I'm going to spit one more thing. Or, no, I'm going to swallow one more thing.
Not if I'm running the show. Katie, go ahead.
Goodness gracious. Golly gee. I'm swallowing Obafemi, Josh Briggs, and Dijak. Big men. Maybe not necessarily the meatiest, but big men.
Fine cut of men.
Josh Briggs is a nice looking man. I've been saying it for a while. Obafemi, beautiful. Dijak,
He's there.
The white shaft, I guess. I'm okay with it being what? What?
No.
Say that last part again.
White shaft. Hey.
Also a title. Also
Damn
a title.
What? That should be the title. It's. Oh man.
I didn't say what Josh Briggs did. I just repeated it.
I just like how I didn't see the segment, but I saw like the little clip of Dijak. I'm like, really? Do you see my skin? And I just fucking died. I was like, that's the most entertaining thing you said in years, dude. Oh man, that shit was funny.
But that match is gonna go crazy at presumably Stand and Deliver. So I like it. I told you it wasn't gonna be a good one to end on.
I will I've got 2 that I wanted to do, but I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna do one that I thought was gonna be your last one, but it wasn't.
I didn't
So you
know it
can
was
talk
my
about
last
it.
one. If you had said something, I would have made it my last one.
I wasn't gonna make it your last one, but you went on for fucking ever, so I had to make it your last one because we got a 2-hour show, Vince. We talked about your rants.
We got 6 minutes. To be fair, you guys snowballed a little bit while I was gone, so I
Yeah, but ours were quick, hence why there was multiple snowballs.
I'll make it quick. Most things I do is quick.
That's not true.
You're right. I'm a stallion.
Melissa will confirm that. I'm gonna swallow Chad Gable walking up to Sami Zayn and saying, "You can't beat fucking Gunther," and getting in Sammy's head, and then Sammy going out there during the contract signing, more so trying to convince himself than anyone else that he can beat Gunther, and knowing he can't. So going back to Chad and being like, "Why can't I beat Gunther?" Like,
in my defense, I forgot to write that down. But Chad Gable, bad bitch. He said, I know. He said, look me in my fucking eyes right now, Sami Zayn. I know what it takes to beat Gunther. I was this fucking close. He has no weaknesses, Sammy. I know where the weaknesses are. Sammy ain't shit. That's exactly what Chad Gable said to his face. Sami Zayn stood there like a bitch.
I like it. Yeah. No, I like it when Chad Gable is like very serious because that's when he's at his best. Like, yes, he's very entertaining. He's got great comedic timing. He can make me laugh and put smiles on people's faces. But when he's like serious and on Perk Angle mode, like you fucking love it. He's on another level. When they did the gauntlet match last week, I was looking at all the wrestlers, just presentation wise for WrestleMania. Chad Gable, out of all of the wrestlers included, with Shinsuke included too, was the only one that looked like, yeah, that looks like a fucking superstar. Like everyone else looked like a fucking bum. Like no one compared to Chad Gable. Shinsuke was there, and I love Shinsuke. But still, he looked like a bum compared to Chad Gable. Looked like a specimen. Glistening.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was going to let you go again, and I just sat here and watched you eat up all the time I was going to give you to let you go again, Vince. So, Vince, what was your favorite show of the week?
My favorite show of the week, I'm going to give it a SmackDown because I got all my Latinos, and I'm swallowing all my Latinos because I got Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar, and then Dom showed up. I don't know what the fuck.
Katie, what was your favorite show this week?
Oh my god, I looked down and he was gone. I was so confused.
Shout out to Dom. I don't know why he was on SmackDown, but he was there.
NXT, but Rampage is a very, very close second, but it was only the Street Fighter.
I can't give them one match.
That's why I said it was a close second.
Technically, they
good.
gave you the finish.
I said
to
NXT,
begin the match.
but Rampage is close.
All right, NXT SmackDown.
I didn't watch SmackDown, so I can't.
I'm gonna go Dynamite. We got Edge versus Christian in Toronto, even though Edge already had his last match in Toronto. In the I Quit match, we had the Swerve Samoa Joe stuff where Samoa Joe basically told Swerve he can't box with God. We had the women's tag team match. We had the Mercedes Monet shit, which led into the stuff on Rampage that was good.
Fair. Okay.
I'm gonna go Dynamite.
It was just a good week of wrestling.
It was all right. Jericho wrestled. It wasn't that great.
Okay.
I mean, I could pick a bad spot in Raw, NXT, and SmackDown too. So, not as bad as having to watch Jericho wrestle, but still bad spots. Shit I didn't care about.
Yeah.
Vince, tell everyone where they can find you and all the Latinos on SmackDown.
I don't have sole custody of all the Latinos, but you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SESVince. Link tree in my bio take you to everything, all my content. But I encourage you to head on over to youtube.com/SESVince, specifically tomorrow, March 24th at 6:06 p.m. Central Standard Time, the correct time. It goes live, Wrestling March Madness 2K24. Katie made an appearance. She was a panel. She was a judge. She is the heart and soul. She keeps the train going. It was a fun time. It'll be right there on my YouTube. Check it out. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know who was the best tag team. Let us know if you agree. Enjoy it.
And nobody else on the show showed up. So
no.
Katie,
I told you. No. If I don't get 2 Ritters, I don't want it.
Katie, what's the show?
Yeah, he's getting things mixed up. Anyways, you can follow me on Twitter, KatieRustin13, link to my about all things She Showcase, twitch.tv/She Showcase, and youtube.com/She Showcase. Typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish, except this past week because Savannah took a break because she has stuff to do. So Matt joined me for the show. That's up. Little Dick Syndrome. It's on YouTube. Check it out. Cool. Patreon.com/She Showcase, $3 a month. I'm gonna do a little teaser on the Patreon for what is to come. Probably after Mania, because I don't know if I'll have time to do it.
Everyone
so April, shut up, and I'm my tier list ranking of WrestleMania entrances based off an actual thing. I'm not just bullshitting. That'll be up tomorrow.
That's
on
fun.
YouTube.
I love tier rankings.
Yeah, Vince literally forgot that. Okay.
And as always, you guys can follow me at Matt Ritter, MattRidder on Twitter only, or at Getting Off. Getting Off is for your horror content. Matt Ritter is for your wrestling content. You guys can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Threads at Smackin It Raw. For the Shaman of Sheelite and Daddy Delgado, I am the patron saint of podcast and the warden Matt Ritter, and this has been your #1 wrestling podcast. Places where you can find people having sex on the internet.